Lesson 10, Learn Market Profile. In Lesson 10, you will learn how to trade using Market Profile and how to read and trade the Market Profile charts. So we're going to go to a today-only 3-minute chart, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight a couple areas of what they are and explain them to you. Okay, now this is a regular volume profile, okay, chart. This is volume. Instead of volume being up, okay, vertical, these are actually horizontal, okay? So this is volume, but just on its side. Think of it that way, right? Well, we have the most volume trade at this level. Why? Because I could see by the shaded area. Just like on a regular chart, you could see volume at a specific level, right? Just where the most volume trade just by the vertical bar, correct? Then you have what's called value area high right here, and then value area low, which is this yellow line, okay? And then you have the point of control, which is this white line. During that time period, okay, you could use a 3-minute today only, a 3-minute 5-day, 5-minute, 5-minute, whatever you want, okay? They're all going to be different. But this right here, okay, is showing you where 70% of the volume has traded during that time period. So we know from here down to here, 70% of all the volume today traded within this range right here. Okay, now we had volume that traded up here, but 70% because of the point of control and the most volume traded, this is kind of the bell-shaped curve. What this is it's drawing a picture. Okay, what price is doing is drawing a picture for us to visually see where price is being accepted by the traders. Okay, so I know that if price came back down, okay, if the market was still open, price came back down to this 1949 level, I'd want to be a buyer of it down at these levels. Why? Because I know this is where the fairest price is. Think of it this way. You go to a car dealership, right? And you're looking to buy a BMW. The BMW's a 45,000. Okay, you're like, I like the car, but that's too much money. I'm gonna wait for it to go on sale. Well, eventually, prices can maybe go sideways, right? And then all of a sudden, price will go from 45, and one day they'll put an ad out for 37,000, which is the fairest price, and that's where you step and say, I'll buy it at 37, okay? And that's where they know, okay, hey, this is where the floor is, right? Because now they have 100 people looking for that same car, but they only have a couple cars, right? So what happens is they go, okay, hey, next week, let's put the price back up to 45 and nobody's buying them, right? Then maybe they'll say, hey, let's put the cars at 39 this week, and they actually get 50 people. It's all price discovery, okay? The market's trying to figure out where the fairest price to do business is. And for us, using Market Profile, we're able to understand and detect this by looking at the point of control. Okay, that's letting us know where the fairest price to do business is. Well, right now, price closed in 1966. We're way ahead of ourselves in price, right? Because now price either needs to pull back down here or start to build volume up at these levels. As you could see, price started building volume levels, right, at these levels. And time kind of ran out for the regular day session, but if we were still open, maybe price stays up here and contracts keep getting traded. Well, eventually this point of control might move all the way up to here, right? This would now be your new point of control, while your value area high would be up here maybe, and your value area low would shift and be up here, right? So now you would actually have a new level of value area, okay? So this is a great picture because what happens is price, you also have what's called a high volume node and a low volume node. Okay, another way to look at the high volume nodes is think of it as a tree, right? They're branches. If you fall from the top of the tree, you're going to have the branches catching you, right? So as price comes down, okay, you might see price come down and then bounce at a high volume node. Or it might fall, go to the low volume node, okay, and blow right through, go to the next high volume node, and then bounce. Okay, now low volume nodes could also mean price comes down to them, fills them up a little bit, and then price rejects back up above them. Okay, so you never know, but the longer and the higher the volume profile is, okay, that's going to act as more support or resistance. So as price rallies, right, it might find that as a resistance level, and is if we fall, we'll find this as a support level, and we'll look to be buyers on the bounce. Okay, so that's how a regular volume profile is. Okay, now there's also what's called the TPO, volume or time. Let me open this. This chart is a TPO, time profile. Okay, or sorry, time price opportunity profile. Okay, what this is instead of only price, it's also time. Okay, so if we just sat here for an hour, okay, this will actually start to build out because it's based off of time too. You might not have that many contracts traded, but you might have a lot of time spent there, and that's actually going to help build this entire volume profile to come out, and potentially point of control comes up. Okay, but as you can see, kind of going back, right, we actually have, and let's grab, so this, all this right here, okay, is volume profile. Okay, so all this is volume profile to where, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So right here, what we have is volume profile, okay, but for the entire time period of this entire chart. This is a 5-day, 5-minute chart, right? Every candle represents 5 minutes. But as you can see, we have our peaks and valleys, right? Or our branches. So what happens is as price comes down, okay, or rallies, we're going to look and we're going to see the branches, right? These are all high volume nodes that I'm circling, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a square at all the low volume nodes. Okay, so what happens is as you can see, and let's kind of zoom in, price just blew right through these low volume nodes, but then when it gets to the high volume node, it acted as resistance, right? A low volume node, price just started to rally, but as we get to the high volume nodes, you actually see price stall out because they act as support and resistance levels, okay? And it's very, very important to kind of understand how all this works, okay? Because it gives you the edge of knowing where price potentially could stop, okay? Or where it could potentially keep going. So is price, if we fell, okay, and we fell back down to this, let's change chart to the E-minis, right? If price fell back down to this 1950 level, okay, 1949 level, I'd look to be a buyer because A, we have the point of control here, and we also have a high volume node down at these levels. Okay, with this high volume node, it gives me, the trader, the higher probability that the rest of the buyers are going to step in. Without this chart and without me seeing this, I'm not going to really know where support and resistance is unless I look back on a chart and I'm able to figure out, hey, there was consolidation at these levels, right? But I could tell, hey, there was consolidation everywhere, right? There was some here, there was some here, there was some here, right? But this just visually lets me know, hey, we have a support level here. We have a support level here. We have a resistance level here. Okay, one of the levels that I'm actually going to be watching for is this high volume node, right? See how it's the highest piece, right? The highest volume node right here. So I'd be looking for a short trade around 1972 because if price rallies up here, chances are we're going to reverse and come right back down because everybody else in the algorithms are looking at the same exact thing. This is why I say market profile is probably the holy grail, okay, of trading. It's the closest thing because it's letting me know what happened, what's happening under the hood. Okay, it's giving me the edge above everybody else to be able to figure out, hey, how can I trade where I believe most of the buyers are going to step in, okay, or they're not going to step in. Because if you look right here, what's happened all these times right inside here? Look at how much price has traded. Very little, right? Because we either gap up, we gap down, we gap up, right? We keep gapping. But look at the market profile. Price is telling me, hey, look, dude, every time we get here, we either gap lower. So if price comes down, chances are we're going to blow right through this and we won't find buyers until this 1932 level. Okay? So that's kind of the basics of market profile. There are different charts you could look at. The first chart that I showed you, okay, this one right here, this is a today only 3-minute. So if the market's consolidating, going back and forth, right, and we start to go from the point of control, we rally, we fail at the point of or the value area high, buyers step in at value area low. Remember, price is just trying to discover where. So essentially, if price is here, you want to look to short value area high, okay? And then is it because the thinking of it is prices can come back down to the point of control for a while and until price is ready to move either up or down to that next level. Okay, price enjoys consolidation, but these value area high and low give us levels of when price starts to rally. Hey, look, we see value area high. Let's look for a short trade, anticipating for price to stall, roll back over, and go back down to the point of control, or fail down by value area low, the buyers step in and it goes back up to the point of control and starts to build a picture. Think of this as a picture and prices just filling in, making, okay, a picture, drawing in. As you could see, eventually price might stay at this level, the 64 level for a while, okay, and fill price in so it becomes a nice bell-shaped curve, right? Because that's what price is trying to do. So it'll do something like this, right? What price wants is that perfect bell shape where 70% of all trading has been inside here. So what it's going to do is it's going to fill all this up and give you a nice symmetrical D pattern, right, or a bell-shaped curve. You can think of a bell on its side. So this is part 1 of market profile. Okay, lesson 10. Coming up is part 2 of market profile.